gotta get this set up properly. So if you're watching this, I almost wish, can you do it this way? Orientation is locked. Please rotate. Why is the orientation locked? That's obnoxious. All right. So I thought I would do a bit of a live draw here. I am on page 32 of my graphic novel, Welcome to Pleasant Falls. The first chapter came out in time for Phoenix Fan Fusion. And work continues. I've got to start working on some what do you call it? Art. Got to start working on some art for like horror pieces for prints and things like that. So we've got our rough page right here. Can I turn my flash on? No? Okay. What's up, Dustin? Weekend was okay, dude. How was yours? Let me see if I can open up my laptop so that I can actually watch comments and stuff like that. I hung out with a friend that I haven't seen in about a month and a half. I got to give her the books I picked up, or the SIGs I picked up for her at Phoenix, which was cool. And we had lunch at Rocco's. I picked up a couple of cool movies. I also got Storm Shadow figure from the G.I. Joe Classifieds. It's like the second Storm Shadow, the one where he's on the Joe team. That one. So I was pretty stoked about that. I found them for like $15 at Bookman's, which was kind of nice because, you know, Bookman's tends to price things pretty high. Let me see really, really quick if I can pull up. And of course, everything is slow as balls. View my channel. There we go. That I can see comments. There we go. I can see comments. Yeah, nothing eventful. I mean, it was great seeing my friend. I missed her a lot, so I don't know. Can you guys see the art? I don't want to draw it too dark because, you know, I got to make corrections and everything. Oh yeah. Oh God, what was it? So there's a new toy store on the like kind of northwest side. It's on North Stone, between Grant and Fort Lowell on Stone. It's on the west side of the street. It's called, what is it called? Action Heroes Retro Toy Store. It's at 2523 North Stone. I checked it out. It's kind of a small shop, but at the same time, it was cool. Like, he had some comics in there. Comics were kind of way overpriced, which always kind of sucks. But he had a couple of sections of wrestling figs. He had, was it him that had yeah, it was were they those first turtles that were done by, like the first turtle designs done by Eastman and Laird, like the original sketch that that he did of the really weird looking turtle before they, compromised in a design. But they were in the black and white with like the 2D lines and everything, which is really, really cool. I'm not a big Turtles guy. I mean, I remember and appreciate the Turtles. But I mean, the Turtles they're not like my bag. And I actually like went to Zia and then Bookman's this week and this weekend to like trade in a bunch of my Blu-rays, like a nice box of them. And Zia wanted like 19 of them, including 2 sets, and they were only going to give me like $20. So I was just like, yeah, no thanks. But I still bought something from them because I got a new Kurosawa movie that I've never seen before, but I mean, it's friggin' Kurosawa. So, you can't go wrong with that. Yeah, the 2-pack. It's cool looking. I'm not going to buy it, but it's still cool looking. What else did he have? He had, remember I don't know because I don't know how old you are, Dustin, but he had like, remember the Jax Stomp figures for WWF? And it was the very first China figure that they made, where she had like the fixed legs. Yeah, no, I get you. Like, I'm trying to like be good and save up for Mad Monster. I really am, because like I know that those autos from Brad Dourif are going to be expensive. But I still gotta do it. I gotta get at least the doll and the Child's Play 2 issue 1 signed, right? Because if Alex Vincent and Christina Elise were not going to be at Gathering of the Ghouls and Tucson Con respectively, man, I would probably go with the photo Chucky cover. But if I'm gonna get a book signed by like a whole bunch of people, like I might as well go the full 9. But man, I was so tempted this weekend because there's a guy, I don't know if you've been down to Collector's Territory down off of 4th Ave, but Force Collectibles, man. And I don't know if you're so much a comic book guy, but man, Kip has a couple of like Silver Age ASMs uh, for a really decent price. Like he's got Amazing 51, which is second appearance of the Kingpin, and his first cover appearance. Right? Yeah. I so a couple of years back, like I said, I'm not really a Turtles guy, but a couple of years back, my friend Kaylee, she was at my table last year at Tucson. And oh, she was there at Phoenix too. You met her at Phoenix for sure. And so a few years back when she was helping me at Phoenix in like 2023, I think it was, um, the a good portion of the cast from the original Turtles movie um, was there, right? And so she had picked up like this unknown comics variant with an Eastman cover of Michelangelo on a skateboard from me, actually. And she went and she's friggin' stood in line for like 2.5 hours to get all the Turtles autographs and April O'Neil and then the guy who played Shredder in the second movie. Um, and then, I mean, Eastman's going to be at Tucson Con, as is I think some of the voice actors and the stand-in actors are going to be there as well. Um, so she's excited about that. Plus, she's excited about Christina Lee's because she likes Child's Play too. So, um, but yeah, that's going to be kind of like my moment like that she had with the Turtles, just because I'm not a celebrity person. Like, yeah, I like certain movies and TV shows and music and stuff like that, but I don't mark out for those people. Tim Seeley, I'm really hyped about because a couple of years ago he was at Comic Art Fest up in the Phoenix area, and that I had such a terrible show. Like I didn't make any money. In fact, it was so bad I was wanting to go the entire day without selling anything, and then somebody came up and bought something, so it like ruined my perfect streak of not selling anything. Um, but Seeley was there and he was doing sketches for like $50. So I don't know if that's his, his pricing still. But he did this really pun intended killer Chucky for me. Everybody was getting like, Cassie Hack and everything. And I mean, she's cool. And that's how I was introduced to Seeley. But, I asked him if he felt good about drawing a Chucky, and he was just like, I feel very good about drawing a Chucky. So I am hoping still has like a decently reasonable, price for art, because I would love to have him do a Tiffany so I can try to get the entire family done. And depending on what his prices are, I may try to get a Gigi as well. I haven't read Revival, but um, he did the Grayson miniseries or the Grayson series in for DC New 52 when Dick Grayson was turned into a fucking James Bondian super spy, which was it was a fun series, but it definitely to me wasn't, you know, um, it wasn't Nightwing. It was fun though. So Hack Slash was great. I really dug Hack Slash. Like I said, that's how I found him. Like what early 2000s. Um, and he's like not, at least not, he's done a couple covers here and there, but he's primarily just doing like writing and stuff like that. So, I mean, I respect that. Um, Amanda Connor's kind of done the same thing. She hasn't done interiors in a while. She still does covers, of course, but I remember reading somewhere or talking to Jimmy Palmiotti about it one time, and this was years ago. Um, and he was just like, "Yeah, man, she doesn't like doing monthly books," and I don't blame her. That is some hard shit, you know. Um, Drawing a monthly comic book. I know people might think like, "Oh, but you're sitting at a desk," and I'm like it's not that easy. Like I don't do a monthly book, and it's still a lot for me. You know, I have a full time job. I think I might go crazy if this was my full time job. Gotta make their hands bigger. But yeah, I am super psyched for um um Gathering of the Ghouls and Tucson Comic Con, and then for God, like I can't think right now. For what do you call it? Um, Horror Fest. Like I'm just really looking forward to seeing like how my yeah, I'm psyched for Mad Monster too, but I'm thinking more along the lines of like um tabling and hoping that you know tabling at some horror shows is going to go really really well for me and hopefully give me a new avenue of fans and stuff like that. I got another piece of fan art for I want something is killing the children um, for Welcome to Pleasant Falls. So I'm pretty psyched about that. This is so hard to draw. It's like a perspective of Perry running up. So Perry's running here, and then you see her in the background, of course, and then she just like throws like a double drop kick into place. And I probably should have roughed it out more so that I can just get more placement. But yeah, I think that'll work. So this is page 32. I think this is 32. And this is like page 30 and 31. Like you really finally start seeing everything unfolding and getting like more hyper violent and it's that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted there to be this like slow, painful, almost excruciatingly slow burn of of the story. Like I want the characters and the some of the tension to marinate a lot with what's going on. Like I want people to sit with it and kind of get uncomfortable to a point. Because to me, like true horror isn't like monsters and blood and stuff like that. Like I think we become super desensitized to it, right? So I think the real horror comes from like the isolation and the loneliness and like the real day-to-day type realistic stuff, you know. Yeah, it's weird. The studio YouTube Studio app. Yeah, I hear you. I'm pushing Kaylee to get hers too because I'm like, um, I forget what it was like. Maybe I'm confusing it with Phoenix, but you know them saying that their passes were all sold out. I think Mad Monster, like they, like most places, they're going to charge more at the door for passes and stuff like that. the The big problem is if you don't get your photo ops and stuff like that. Like I'm sure there's a couple that are sold out. Like did they say that? I don't think Robert England's is sold out, but I'm sure his is probably going to be pretty close. Like if they have so many photo ops or whatever, but they all the autographs and stuff like you get then and there. Like they don't have a like a pre-order, and I messaged them as well. The fan page for Mad Monster is where I got the information about the cost for Brad and Fiona. But um but it's kind of goofy because like I actually straight up asked Mad Monster, like I messaged them and I'm like, hey, how much are autographs for Brad and Fiona? And it took them like several days to respond, which I think I might have asked over the weekend, so that's not really an issue. um but two, they were like, yeah, that information, like prices will be released on the first day of the show, which isn't super helpful because you know, what if you're going down there on the first day of the show and you know, you want to try to budget and everything. I was going to try to take cash with me, but um, one of my friends was telling me at Phoenix, at least, you couldn't buy your like your photo op or your autograph or whatever with cash. So I think he said he went with cash as well, and then he found out like, oh well, you have to, you know, pay with your card or whatever, which I guess in a way makes sense, but it's still, yeah, yeah. You email, yeah, I think they're set by the people, but they should still have that information, right? Like that's the thing. And so somebody asked in on that fan page, and then I think I asked in the like AZ horror community, and somebody came on and they were like, yeah, he's like 1 or 150, I think. um and somebody mentioned somebody else, and they but then in on the Mad Monster page itself, people were asking, there were two posts where people asked about the price for Brad Dourif, and Fiona was, they said Fiona was like 60 to 80 depending on the item, I think, and then Brad was 1 to 120. I think they said the if you want the doll signed, it's like 120. And if you want you want something else signed, I don't know if like what qualifies as a big item because it's so weird nowadays, right? Where it's like, oh, you can get an 8x10 that they have signed, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but that's like a such a mass produced thing. Not that the friggin' Spirit Halloween doll isn't, there's probably a billion of those. But I mean, that's going up on my shelf. The photo with him and Fiona is going up on the shelf. I'll no doubt get a picture with Christina Lease. Like her character Kyle in Child's Play 2 is the inspiration for why the female lead in my book Euthanasia's name is Kyle. So, have to get a picture with her. And I mean, if I'm doing that, I might as well get a picture with Alex Vincent too, but I don't know how much he's going to be. I mean, I don't know if they're on the Facebook page, the Mad Monster Facebook page. I don't know if you're on Facebook, but if you join the Mad Monster page, it takes them a while to like approve too, so it's kind of annoying. Let's see here. Soraya. The Frog Brothers are going to be at Mad Monster in North Carolina. Concord, North Carolina? Like, where the fuck is Concord? Mad Monster. The person who played Sam in the what do you call it? Was there. Trick or Treat is going to be in North Carolina too. Yeah, so Robert 140 to 200. Who is that? Kane Hodder is going to be there too. Oh my God, he's freaking awesome. Linda Blair. The guy who did the voice of the Riddler in the BTAS show. That's friggin' awesome. Let's see, David Arquette. Let's see if they say anything about him. Let's see here. Wait a minute. That ain't no 15. Okay. I would guess that he's probably, around that $80 to $100 mark. But, I mean, we'll see. Soraya made like a you should try checking out the Mad Monster Instagram page. I don't know if they have all this stuff up there, but I mean, like, I think you can probably ask on those pages too. It's going to depend when people tune in and what they see. I just posted on the or asked on the where they make the announcement with him, where they're like, oh, he's going to be here. So we'll see. I hate Facebook. I really, really do. I dislike all social media, and I really wish I didn't need it. And I really wish I didn't have such a, need to check it constantly kind of thing. Like I'd really be happier if I wasn't using social media at all. I have a friend who basically stopped using social media altogether. It's a lot harder when you have to have it to like promote. Um, but then my personality still like it's very, very hard to like just stop altogether. And I hate that. The messed up thing about drawing the prom queen or the homecoming queen with in black and white is that you're not getting the like the color for her makeup and stuff like that. And then with with a knife in her eye and everything, it's I don't know, this angle, it's kind of hard to make her look feminine, but I guess that's okay because she's getting her, she's like Perry's like Daniel Bryan, and she's gonna get her effing head kicked in. Brian, Daniel Bryan. I should slap myself. Yeah, I know, right? Like stupid. I know better than that. But yeah, I got to get some more horror art done for these horror shows. I have that Gamera piece. I have that Sadako piece. I've got what else do I got? I've got a small Chucky piece that I can do that I can paint up. Got a Godzilla piece that I can finish painting up. Um, all done on watercolor paper. And then I've got all the the Pleasant Falls stuff that I can show off. And then I'm gonna do prints of the covers and stuff like that. Yeah, they posted the same one on Facebook, of course. So it's probably shared just like Facebook is super weird too because like I like you have to get the business suites, and I hate having that many pages, and maybe I should and then just delete Facebook. because if you have the business suite, you can just look at your business pages. So like my anti-hero verse page and my my Bubba Patrol page, and that's it. Oh wait, let me switch back over here. Yeah, I'm sure somebody somewhere will answer. Whether they answer on I mean, there's going to be people who are looking at that video, and some people read through all the comments and stuff like that. Let me see if that, like, because they haven't said anything on Mad Monster just yet, but oh wait, that's right. That key doesn't work on my. There we go. So I asked on the same post, but on Facebook. So we'll see. Hopefully within a day or two, people will see it and comment. Kind of the nice thing about this image with just like the double boot is it's kind of like it is what it is, right? Like I can, like she's all crunched up right there. It looks kind of funky. These two are like blasting out. I should make this foot a little bit bigger. So it doesn't have to be perfect, I think. Oh, did she do an autobiography? I mean, most wrestlers do. So I was watching Triple Mania, and man, like it already, like I don't know if maybe just Lucha Libre has changed a little bit since last I watched it on like Telemundo and stuff like that back in the day, but it seems like it's slowed down and become a little bit more American, Japanese style. Like you still get like a lot of the moves and stuff like that, but it's not as like fast paced and frenetic like it used to be, right? Which is a little disappointing. But a lot of those dudes are like super old or getting up there, and they're like, well, why am I going to destroy my body for this? Or they've just figured you know, we can do it this way. Because even Ray slowed down his pace a lot, and I know a lot of that had to do with the 4 surgeries on his right knee. But I mean, Eddie did as well once he got to the WWF. Ray had to, just because of the limitations that he had. I mean, he's a lot quicker and everything now. Like his knee is a lot better after all that stem cell treatments, but so this is the last page that I have roughed out, which means now I got to go back to my scripts and start roughing out more pages, which is so crazy to me. Like, I got stuck on one page not knowing how to draw a specific scene, and ended up figuring it out. But it was, only after drawing it like four or five times just to get it the way I wanted it. It's funny, when I first met Mick Foley back at San Diego Comic-Con, and I think it was 2008. Um, we were in line, and like we spent, I mean, and this is like 2008, right? I think I spent like 150, $200 at his table or whatever, which, like, crazy to me to think that I would have spent that much money. Um, but I had his book Scooter and Have a Nice Day with me, and my girlfriend was holding Scooter, but everybody had Have a Nice Day like on them. So I was just like, they both got signed to me, so it didn't really matter. But I was just like, let's trade books. He's going to be way more impressed that I have Scooter, or not Scooter, Tatum Brown. I got Scooter later, and when he saw it, he was just like, a novel by Mick Foley. It was kind of cool. He was really nice. We told him that we named our dog Foley after him. He was just like, is he like me? And I was just like, dude, he is like a little scruffy guy, and he is a scrapper, but he is a sweetheart. And that's truly what Foley was. He was a little sweetheart. Told him that till the day he died. But yeah. So that looks like this is pretty much it on this page. March 25th. Is it good? Like, does it? I mean, I know it's probably breaks down a lot of the stuff that that she did in the UK before she came here, but I don't mean to sound morbid, but I know there's a lot of shit she went through here in the States with, Alberto and drug use and stuff like that, and like body image issues. Does she touch on any of that stuff in the book? Because I mean, yeah, it's interesting to hear how people got to the industry and stuff like that. But I mean, I just like to hear people's, full stories, good and bad. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap this up, because I think that's pretty much most of this panel or page. And then, I mean, I can't draw anything else because I don't have any of the other roughs roughed out. So, um, yeah, I think that's going to do it for right now. Um, if you tuned in, Dustin, thank you for tuning in. I think I'm going to kind of do some of these, especially when I'm doing this long form stuff where I'm just drawing, because it takes so much longer and it's tough to like record that much on my phone and then transfer it all over and everything. It's just kind of a pain. And then, I mean, it saves these videos anyways, so like people can rewatch them if they want. But yeah, man, if I hear anything back, I will let you know. But yeah, you take care. What's up? What are you crying about? Not you. Sorry. My dog is whining and being a cheapilon. I got a few more minutes, Dustin. What's up? Buddy, you're fine. Do you want me to open the door? I'll open the door in a second. Okay, let me finish here. You're good. Oh yeah? What did he think? Because I remember those figures. Hopefully he at least got a kick out of it. Because I've seen some of the videos of people at his signings, and he seems really, really nice. And he looks so different now that he's not dyeing his hair. He didn't say much. Maybe he was just tired. I've heard good things about him. Like he's always been really peaceably and really nice and stuff like that. But maybe he was just having an off day. Um, oh, okay. That's weird. I wonder why. Because you would think people would like that because then they know it's not something that you're going to be, putting up on, putting up for sale and stuff like that. I know, Grayson. All right. Well, I got to go because my little baby tiny dog is starting to cry a lot. Um, oh wow. Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of good because like a lot of people like if they get quotes or like whatever. Okay. All right, man. You take care. I will no doubt see you on here sometime, sooner or later, or on Instagram. All right. See ya.